Hi everyone. Um, Please do not adjust your set. It's not you who's sat in the centre of the sun, it's me. Please don't reach over there. I can't reach it. I forgot to turn one of my lights off. There you go, look. Right, can you all see me all right now? I'm very excited for today, can I tell you? Ben's just doing all my last minute adjustments for me. So your colours, there you go. Look at that. You can see it beautifully now, can't you? Oh, it's perfect. Can I cancel that off now? There you go. That's as much as you get from Ben. Right. Ben, can I take that off? Am I clicking apply? Bear with me, guys. Thank you. Yeah. Right. It was over all my comments and I couldn't see them all. There's loads of them there. So I'm going to say some hellos first. So we've got Anna Marie. Hello, Betty, Gaz. I did a thing. I'm early. Yay. I'm not. But you know, we would never expect me to be early or on time, because then you would think there was something wrong. Nanny to the girls. Hello, Caroline, Emma. Nicola Ilbury, hello, Karen Stacey, Shannon, Darlene. Let me have a look, scroll down. I've just woken up for an afternoon sizzle and feel groggy. Oh, I've been beavering away at my desk this afternoon, can I just say? I was just going to say, Gaz, how are you feeling? Because I know you've not been well, have you? Yay, hello, Michelle. Hello. Laura, hello. I do feel a lot better. I tell you what, that was an awful bout of it was definitely food poisoning. But it was awful. But I feel a lot better, touch wood. I'm absolutely fine now. Thank you very much. Linda, hello. Kathy Garden, hello. B, howdy. Terry, hello. Diane, hi, Michelle, and follow McCrafters. I love that. I love how you've got your little group name. I'm glad you're better, Miss Michelle. I am just a few bits to clear up with the doctor tomorrow. Well, I hope it all goes well for you guys. I really do. So I'm very excited for this launch because we've got a few extra bits with this one, which I'm quite excited about because I seem to, my love is paper. So I'm bringing more and more different kinds of bits, and you can see that this is, I've got some lovely ombre paper. Now it is a paper, it's 150 GSM, so it's a nice weight paper that is going to be absolutely perfect for you to mat and layer with and work with, but it's not going to add a lot of weight. So if you were worried about weight on your cards and your projects when you're posting them and sending them, it's not going to add a lot of weight at all, which is brilliant, which is obviously what we want. Let me just turn my phone off because I just heard it ding. Right, there we go. So I've got 5 ads for you today, and I'm down facing with the camera because I want to do a couple of little demos. I'm going to try and do that more often going forward. So I'm sure you all miss my beautiful face. But it's the only way until I get to a point where I've got 2 cameras and I can have myself in the corner or something like that, or I can flip between the 2. It's a decision one way or the other at the minute. And I really want to be able to I want to show you my new releases and I want to do a couple of demos with them as well. So you're getting the best of both worlds. Glad you're feeling better. I am. Thank you, Laura. Maggie's here. I'm here, just can't comment much as with the family. That's quite all right. You'll just have to keep sneaking a quick look. I thought I had food poisoning and figured out that it's a fish intolerance. And that is the exact symptoms 4 hours after fish vomit. Till it feels like my ribs break. Oh my God, I was the same. I was retching so much. Excuse the gross conversation, but I thought, honest to God, the day after, I couldn't even laugh or talk because every time I tried to, my ribs were so sore. But the bonus is I've lost some weight, so I'm not going to complain. You have my attention on that ombre pad. I'm going to give it a bit of a twirl in a minute for you. We have missed you. Oh, thank you. I've missed you as well. Nobody puts Michelle in the corner. Kathy, thank you. I am so much better. So shall we get straight? I have wrote a little list somewhere so I don't forget what I wanted to tell you or show you. So bear with me. What's on my list? Halloween sneaky peeks. Oh, I've got some Halloween sneaky peeks for you. Show DT projects. Oh, yes, we'll do those first. Now, I know I don't have the design team's projects with me, or projects, however you say it. Betty, I'm glad you're feeling better. I am, thank you. I had a 24-hour bug and lost £1, but gained it back. Lol, Shannon. You didn't lose it for long. Right, so I'm going to show you. So, yeah, I don't have the DT projects with me. What I do with my DT is I send them the pictures, I send them the papers, and then not Halloween. You're gonna love these, I think, Gaz. So I send my DT the papers, and then they can make what they want, and they don't have to send it back. So the bonus is obviously they get to have a play, and if they sell their stuff on, then that's brilliant. Or if they're making for a family member, they get to obviously, keep what it is. And then all I ask of them is for them to just post the pictures far and wide, and just share. So I thought this time we'll try and I'll try and be a bit more organised. So I've printed the pictures out of what they've shared so far. Oh, you got your pink package today, Betty. I should be on more often then, shouldn't I, Betty? And you'll get them more often. Yes, so I thought we'll print the papers out, print the cards out, and then you can have a good look at them. So we'll go through Maggie. Oh, I don't know. We'll just go through them. So this is one that Maggie did. So it's a beautiful card. So again, you can see on the group page, and I know that they've shared them on other pages as well. So it is a beautiful card, and what she's done is she's just used two. So I think I sent her 8x8s or the A4s. So she's used two partial bits, and then this is the one of the backgrounds that is you're just speaking out here, the impasto paint. So that is one, and again, you don't need to do a lot to them. If you've got your corners, they work really well. Mats and layers, if you've got some of your nesting dies with those lovely stitched edges, things like that, it works wonderful. And then this is one from Hannah. So she made like a little, almost like an album cover. And then you can see there's a little pen and a notepad in it. And again, using corners, things like that, if you've got all those kind of die cuts in there. And then, so this is one of Laura's. Now, what she's done, she's got that lovely MDF. It's got a name, hasn't it? What you hold for your paints, isn't it? And what she's done is she's just die cut lots and lots of different flowers out of, again, this impasto paint background. Just goes to show that you can use up all of your last little bits by making little flowers and things like that. Another one from Laura, just a beautiful, simple card. It's with a nice, lovely sentiment. It's the little things that make life big. Just a mat and layer on there and nothing else. Another one from Laura, one of those beautiful images, and what she's used in the corners is, again, so it's this one. Where is it? What have I done with it? So it's right at the bottom left. So it's this one. So it's the pastel wood pad that she has used. And again, kept it nice and simple, but quite effective, isn't it? You almost feel like you really are looking out of that balcony into the distance. Where we're meeting, love these papers, so stunning. Oh, makes me want to be wherever it is. Yeah, absolutely. Caroline's got money set aside for this collection. I love this collection because we've done it a little bit different. What I've done and what I asked Ben to do is, so the background, you'll be able to really see it on this one, is like an oil impasto paint style. So almost like you've got that paint, you know, with your palette knife. Let me see, you can see it, can't you, really well? So I wanted it to just be a little bit different this time. Another one from Laura, again, just matting and layering a section of that beautiful paper. This is one of Maggie's as well. So she's made a 3D frame with the impasto paint background. She hasn't made a 3D frame, sorry, I beg your pardon. She's done like like a thinking Bob. If Maggie, if you're still on here, explain it for me. She has explained it when she's posted it, what she's made. But you've got that beautiful depth, so you're really looking through and into it with that one. Now, I love this one. So this is another one of Maggie's. It's just a beautiful and nice, simple. I think that might be a 6x6, to be honest. She's used some of the pastel wood in the background. She's just die cut that circle. A nice, simple sentiment on there. A little bit of ribbon. And that's it. It's done. Shadow box. Thank you. I think it is a shadow box. Yeah. She's done this as well. I love this. So some of you will have got these last year in the advent calendar kits that I made, but you can buy these sort of all over. It's just a wooden plaque. It's hanging. And again, she's just cut that paper up, added some ditzy flowers, and it looks stunning, doesn't it? Now, this one is a box frame that she's bought and she's decorated up with the papers. And again, she's just die cut some flowers and some foliage, and you've got that beautiful view through those wooden shutters. Just a couple more. I just wanted to show you them all so you could get some real inspiration. And I've put all these into an album on my main page as well, so you can go there and have a look at the inspiration. I'll put Matt's album up as well. I couldn't put that. Facebook doesn't let you put pictures and videos in one album, so I'll pop that one up separately. And again, I love this one. I think it's so simple, but it's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? And then lastly, another very simple but gorgeous card from Maggie. Literally just use, like you've seen me do in the past, just a panel of that card, of that pattern paper. And what she's used is just that lovely swag of roses. And then a bit of mirror card behind it. Right. So that is all the DT samples. I wanted to make sure that I wanted to show you them so you could see them, because they're absolutely palette. Thank you, Laura. A paint palette. I knew what it was. You all, they did do amazing. Absolutely. He smashed it as usual with this collection. He has. He really has. Shadow box. Thank you. Any plans for an advent calendar kit this year? Yes, I was going to pop something up at some point through the month with regards to doing an advent kit and obviously taking pre-orders for it. So I think I'm definitely going to do something. I'm still deciding what I'm going to be popping in there. But yeah, I think we'll do another advent calendar this year. I did have so many people last year say, oh, I didn't realise you'd done one. And the unfortunate thing is, I mean, I've got over 2,500 people follow me on my main page, but I've probably got 500-600 people who see my stuff regular. So there's so many people, and it's a Facebook thing. They just do not show and share your stuff unless you're paying for adverts and stuff. So it's a little bit sad that it doesn't get out there as much as you want it to, but I suppose it just is what it is, isn't it? Pain in my bottom is what it is. Right, so going forward, my plain paper, so last month I did just plain colours, and I did them on this normal paper. Now, it didn't really take the plain colour as nice or as much as I wanted it to. So what I thought I would do is I thought I'll change it and I'll have a play with this pearlescent paper. So going forward, my pearlescent or my ombre or my solid colour backgrounds will all be on pearlescent. It takes the colour so much better. Unless I'm paying for those kind of machines that do the kind of colours that you will find from all of the bigger companies. I'm not there yet. I'm not yet there yet for those kind of machines. So instead of just printing solid colours on my normal matte card and me not really liking it, I'm not 100% happy with it, I've changed it to this pearlescent. It soaks up the colour. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that. So if it's a solid colour going forward or it's an ombre, I've also got some gradient coming. So your gradient will be where it goes from maybe blue to pink or green to orange, you know, so a gradients. But these will all be on pearlescent and they will only be available in an A4 size. Because I can't get the pearlescent card in this in a 12 by 12. So I'm just one-sided. So you've got this beautiful colour on the other side. It's like an ice gold. You can see the pearlescent beautifully, can't you? So it's only going to be on an A4 because the 12 by 12s just, I'd have to get them specially cut and then it makes the price not worth it. So just an A4 going forward with the ombre and the solid colours. But look how much you can see how beautiful it takes and holds that colour. So this particular collection, it's going to say complements the Italian collection. So when you were looking, and Ben's been working again on the website today, so that shouldn't be too much longer. So when you are looking, this one will say complements the Italian collection. Obviously, it's going to work for many, many, many other things, but obviously these colours have been picked specifically. I nearly said specifically to work with the Italian collection. Now you can see that gradual ombre. And I absolutely love it. So you can, I don't really need to do much. You can see it perfectly, can't you? But I'm doing that because it's just mesmerising, isn't it? So you're going to get in this pack, you're going to get 20 sheets and you're going to get 2 of each colour. So there's going to be 10 colours and you're going to get 2 of each colour. There you go. So you can see that lovely ombre. It's lighter at that side. They're just absolutely gorgeous colours when the light hits them. And the bonus is, I suppose, if you get these and there's a particular colour in there that you don't like, then you've got the ice white on the other side. So it is double-sided with regards to the pearlescent base, but the colour's only going to be on one side. So I love this one. I think it shows it a bit better that way. I love that blue. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it really picks up the sky going through this collection and the sea. It really just works so beautifully with it. Let me turn them away. There you go, look. See, light to dark. I'm seeing lots of take my money. Love pearlescent. I love pearlescent. I really, really do. It works beautifully as a base, as your mat and layer, because you obviously can gut it. If you were creating flowers with these, any of your embellishments, your corners, anything, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And then we're on to the sort of the pinks. And then when I show you the collections, you'll see how beautifully that these have sort of been picked out to work. And if just straight away I've moved that, you can see that it works beautifully with the impasto paint backgrounds as well. So you will get 20 sheets of these, 2 of each colour. and they are £10. Yeah, £10, or is that about $13.80? It's roughly that, isn't it? Love them. I'm calling the police. This is illegal. Thanks, guys. I see Anne. Someone's saying hello to you, so I will say hello as well. Apologies if I have missed your comment. The colours are absolutely stunning. So, like I said, they're going to work beautifully with this collection, but they're going to work beautifully on their own as well. So we'll go through this one next, and then I'll do a demo, and then we'll go through the last 3 pads, and then I'll do a demo, maybe. Just got home from church and saw you were live. Oh, hello, Lynn. Right, so this is my Italian view, and this is all about my view, obviously, from that balcony that I'm not on, but wish I was on, out into that lovely. I don't know what we're going to say then. Beautiful. Is it the Mediterranean where Italy is? But out into that beautiful sea. So you've got beautiful view, not just outside, but inside. And I think you can see with this, it is very much an oil painting finish. And you've got lots of those marks on there that come with using, your palette knife. So that's sort of what I wanted. I wanted it a bit rough and ready. For want of a better phrase. So you've got that beautiful, what's that colour? Terracotta. Couldn't think of it. And then this is another one. So, this in a 6x6 is a topper. All of them in 6x6s are just a topper. You don't need to do anything else to them. But then with this particular one that I've got, you can cut the that sort of that image out. You can have this one up on some foam pads, have that down. If you're making tunnel cards, you really can get such an amazing effect with sort of these designs in this one, especially this particular one, because they're all from the view of that lovely terrace that you're sort of on. Absolutely adore the pearlescent. There's lots more colours to come with that. With the ombres and the gradients. I've been working on some black ombre as well. So it's all the colours, but they sort of go from black to colour. And again, on the pearlescent, it's going to look stunning. I love this. I love how it's really, really bold, the sort of the oil painting effect on this one. You've got all those beautiful lavender. It's the flowers across all the balconies. They're just absolutely gorgeous. So then another one. I mean, these are going to work for anyone and everything. If you make to sell and you've got these on your stall, they're just absolutely stunning. If you just make for yourself and you've been on holiday, these are going to make amazing albums, but they're just beautiful focal points, the beautiful fronts. I know I have a few people who say I'm not sure what I'd do with them, but it's the same as anything. You're just making a lovely card, aren't you? It doesn't have to have a point, what piece of paper that you've used, unless obviously, it's for a man and it's his birthday. You're maybe not going to use these, but if it is for a man and it's his birthday, you've got to, especially my husband loves a bench. If we're out and about and he finds a bench, he likes to have a sit down. So you've got that lovely sort of section there, but then the views are for anyone. Please tell me we can order your pads printed on the Pearl A4. I wasn't doing them on that because of the difference in the weight, and the fact that they only do an A4. I love this one. It's it really transports me there, sitting on that bench, having a coffee, listening to everyone in that. You can imagine it's one of those lovely little back streets in Italy somewhere. with a little flower shop down there and a little coffee shop. I love the sort of flowers across the top. You've got multiple people just on this one page. You've got dad and granddad, you've got mum, you've got gran, you've got someone who's just been on holiday, or someone like me who just wants to be there, can't get there. So we'll settle for the paper pad, won't we? I want to frame that first one and put it in my bathroom. They are very frameable, definitely. And I know I say it a lot, but I obviously say it again for the new people. What I want to do and what we're doing, which is obviously a lot different to any of the paper pads that you will see out there. I'm making it known now I'll take any and all brave show. What I want to do is I want to give you a little bit. I want to give you almost a piece of artwork, which is what we're doing. But we're doing it in a way where you could absolutely use this as a scrapbook page if you want to. Sorry, I've got my hiccups. I've talked way too much. I just get a little drink. Yes, so you've got this beautiful piece of artwork that works perfectly on its own as it is. Scrapbook page, the wrap for an album, anything like that. But you can absolutely cut these up. So straight away, you have got a beautiful welcome new home card or welcome home or anything like that, haven't you? Straight away there. And then this lovely cityscape almost that you've got here with or without the flowers. If you wanted to just take a slice of it, that is a perfect card on its own. So is that bit. You can cut that out and you've got a lovely little topper, or you can fussy cut it. And then the same goes for it. You can really section these up and not have to worry about, oh, it's a big piece of artwork, I can't do anything with it, because you absolutely can. If I move on to the next one, it's exactly the same. You've got a section there that is a card. You have got a section there that is a beautiful card on its own. You've got this bit. I showed you that card from Maggie where she just used the trellis on that slimline bit. Laura's done the same. They are really brilliant at taking a section of the bigger piece of card and just using that and showing you that you can cut any bit away and it's really, really going to work. I love this. I want to stay in one of those because you're looking out onto that glorious sea. And the same goes for this one. You can fussy cut those away. You can take any section and it's going to work on its own. But then as a full piece, obviously still works perfectly. If you've got that on the A4 pad, which has that 8x8 on it, again, it's going to work for your smaller projects. On the 6x6s, it's a perfect size. Mat and layer it, put it onto either a 6x6 or a bigger card, and it's just a topper. An absolutely gorgeous topper. But straight away, you look at that piece there, you've got this section that you can cut away. You've got that section. You could just cut that bit away. The same goes for that bit. So you really, really can cut into these and make so many projects out of this. Right, so shall we look at one more or shall I go on to my demo? Love the watercolour effect. Tons for me to fussy cut out. There is Betty, absolutely. I love the vista from the balcony, absolutely. This whole collection was very mindful for me. Left me feeling relaxed. Imagining being in each scene, and that's it, isn't it? One more. Shall we do the impasto, and then we'll I'll do a project, and then we'll do the other Italian, and then the wood. And that's it. When you are crafting, I know we're not going to buy paper pads that we don't like anyway, but when you've got some beautiful scenes, it does make your crafting more mindful, more serene. It does transport you away, definitely. Right, so everyday backgrounds, and these are the impasto paint. So what you're getting with these now is you're getting 16 designs and you're getting one of each. And this is on my smooth mat, so it's a 200 GSM, so which is a lightweight card. I'm not sure which way is up. Which way is up is entirely up to you, I suppose, isn't it? But we'll do them this way. So again, what I've done is I've gone through and made sure that all the colours are going to match. So you're going to find some beautiful pinks in here, some beautiful pinks that have got bits of obviously the blue and then that sort of terracotta orange on there. And obviously I've created this pad to work beautifully with the Italian collection, but they're going to work with many, many, many of your other collections you've got from other companies. They're going to work on their own. You know, if you do make albums and you want them for sort of the base. So I've made these, obviously these are a lot of a deeper blue because your mats and layers, you want them to, I don't want them to match exactly the tone and the warmth and the depth and the colour, but I still want them to work perfectly with them. And I love it, it's all, you can almost touch the paint on these. So we've got some of the lavender ones, or purple or lilac. These are absolutely gorgeous as well. They really are. If you do things like shadow boxes or, you know, the 3D frames, or you make tunnel cards and things, these are beautiful in the background. And then to build up on them. So imagine having one of these on the background and then fussy cutting some of those flowers out, some of the benches. They remind me of being at school, being at the little school. Me and my friend, we used to, I know it was powder paint back then. Do you remember the powder paint? You used to add water to it to make it work. I used to make mine really, really thick, like sludge, and I used to put it on my paper like this. And then obviously get told off because I'd wasted too much of that powder. But this is how I used to paint when I was little. And then we're going into some of those yellowy oranges again, which are all going to work beautifully. I want to make Aaron a watercolour notebook. They would cover it gorgeously. They absolutely would work beautiful for that. This is as artistic as it got for me when, you know, I made the paint up and I made it really, really thick and I just used to slap it on like this. That was about as artistic as I got. And then just a couple more in these. So you've got some lovely yellows, a yellowy orange running through this. Each bit on its own is just absolutely beautiful. It really is. And then this is the last one. So 16 images you're going to get in this one, and you're going to get one of each. Now, I've got all the pictures taken. They're all ready. And I'll be popping the albums off straight after this live. So let me pop all this to the side, and then I will get my project. Here it is. Right, so I'm going to make like an almost like a little bit of an album. So it can be a standalone album. Hope that's okay. I know. I noticed he's not on. Mary Lou, hello, I missed you. The pinks look like ice cream. They do. They're just so beautiful. And again, really tactile. I know, I should have messaged him before, shouldn't I, Matt, and said, don't forget I'm going live. I loved the old powder paints, though they made me sneeze, and I got my year 3 class banned because of it. That's great, guys. Love that. Right, I'm going to bring this in. So I've already pre-scored these, but just obviously for time. Right, what you need is one piece of card. You're going to need your 12 by 12 for these. So this one is 6 inches by 12 inches. And what we're going to do is we're going to score it at 2.5 and 3. And then you can flick it round and do it exactly the same. It just makes it easier to remember. You're going to score at 2.5 and then 3. And then what that gives us is a 6-inch sort of panel in the middle. And then I'm just going to quickly do this. We're going to score these. So you've got like a 1/2 inch border there, or margin, or whatever the word is for it. But when you're folding them and burnishing, make sure that this lines up absolutely perfectly. So if obviously you can see that if I do that, it's going a little bit wonky. So bring that there, right? And hold it at the bottom and bring it up. And then what you're going to get is you're going to get it perfect. So what I've got is this. So that was 12 inches by 6. And we scored at 2.5 and 3, and then 2.5 and 3. And then what you need is 3 more pieces. And these are going to be 11 and 7/8. So you just want to take that 1/8 away from the end. And then what I want you to do is you're going to score it at 3 inches. And then you're going to flick it round and you're going to score it at 3 inches. Now, what that does is that gives us 5 and 7/8 in the middle. So it's just shorter than the 6-inch because we want it to sit in the middle of there. Matt Cox, hi, what have I mean? We were just talking about you, Matt. So then you're going to want 3 of these. So the 3-inch, turn it round and score at 3-inch, because then that leaves you the 5 and 7/8 in the middle, and you don't have to worry about figuring out those odd numbered measurements. Laurie's late. Oh, you're all late. You're all in detention. So 3-inch turn and 3-inch. It's just the easiest way, rather than me having to say 6 and 7/8 and all that kind of thing. And then pop this down here, and I'll bring in what we've got. So you've got 1, 2, 3. The 12-inch. Oh, I didn't give you the height, did I? These are 5 3/4. So 12-inch by 5 3/4, or the 11 and 7/8. And this is the one that is 6. So what you're technically doing is you're just making these 3 a little bit smaller, because what they're going to do is they're going to sit in the middle. And then what you also need is you just need 2 pieces, and they are 5.5 by 5.5. So that's it. Besides your mats and layers, that's all you really need for this particular one. So all we're going to do with these 3 now is I'm going to glue these 2 pieces here, and then we're going to glue these here. So it's entirely up to you if you want to do your mats and layers first, or if you want to put it all together. What I tend to do, and this is what I did earlier today, is I get my, bear with me, see if I can reach them. So I get my paper clips. I can't think. I am feeling a lot better. Thank you, Laurie. So what I do is I get my paper clips and I will pop all this together. Get a few out. Because again, sometimes we need to see how, there we go. or I do, especially when I'm sort of making a template, I need to see how it's all sort of going to come together and sit together. So then I'm going to pop that into there, and then I would pop some. As soon as I've said this word, it goes straight out of my head. For some strange reason, I can never, ever keep the word paperclip in my head. So then what I'm going to do is, when I am sort of having a play about first, I'm going to pop it all together like this. And then I'm going to see how it folds and how I'm happy with whatever it is. And then what it also allows me to do is, obviously, first make sure that it all folds together perfectly, which it does. But it gives me a visual of what part of the paper that I want to put where, if that makes sense. So let's take that apart. We're going to move that bigger piece, that main part, and we're just going to get on with the gluing. Oh, you was out walking the dogs. Oh, I'll let you off then. What are you making? It's like a little flip out mini album. So let's pop that glue there. I'm going to do it that way. So while it's sat down there, I'm not going to lift it up or anything. I'm just going to bring these two bottoms together, and I'm going to wiggle those. So my corners are perfect. It's lining up at the top perfect, which I can make sure that it is because it's on my mat. And then, so I'm going to bring it that way to sort of fold and burnish it, because they're obviously laying flat against each other. So let's just give this a nice good burnish. Because I've used that glue, the Collal, or whatever glue you want. I think we all tend to use a glue that gives us enough time to sort of make sure that we wiggle it perfectly into place. But by laying them back down like that, it allows me to see if I've gone a little bit wonky. Now I have there. So if I bring that up and then flatten that out, they're perfect. And you really want them to be nice and sort of straight with each other. So we'll do the same with this one. So glue just this one side. And then bring it together and just slide it into place. Because of the way that this is going to sit in that middle bit, if one side is a little bit wonky, by the time you get to the other side, it's going to make my album not sit nice at all. So I'm going to lift that back up again. I'm going to fold it over. And it allows me to give that a nice good burnish, but it also allows me to look here and here to make sure that this is going straight across. Let's give it a good burnish. She's making a notebook thing. I am making a notebook type thing. Absolutely. So this is what you're going to have. So we've just glued them all together by these two pieces here. Now, I'm not going to mat and layer this particular one. I'm just going to show you how to put it together. And then I'm going to bring in the one that's nearly finished. Again, purely for time. So you can see this one sits like that. Okay, so we're going to open it up. Let's move that. And we're going to bring this in. Now, this middle bit is 5 7/8. It's going to sit in that 6-inch wide bit perfectly. Let me just, there we go. So I'm going to turn it over and I just need to glue this piece here. I mean, you can add red liner as well if you want. If you do decide to use red liner as well, put your glue on top of your red liner, because then when your glue dries and then you know your red liner, but it allows you to wiggle it into place. So this one is 6 inches high. This is 5 3/4. So you're going to have a tiny little bit of space at the top and at the bottom. And then obviously you can line these lines up just on the inside of those ones there. So right, so I'm going to fold that in. I'm going to have a look and make sure that I'm okay there. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Fold it up and in. Checking all around to make sure that everything's nice and straight where I need it to be. And then, so it is. So again, I'm going to stand it up for you so you can see where we're sort of going. We've sort of got this shape at the minute. So when obviously we're closing it down, it all folds in lovely. And then obviously you've got lots of room in there for some mats and layers because we've given this a 1/2 inch here. B, can I ask a newbie question? Why would you use red liner tape rather than just glue? Red liner tape, I think it just gives you that extra security because it is so strong. Once that's on, it's not going anywhere. So if you were gifting something like this or an album, or if you were making a card that's got movable elements, adding that red liner tape and then the glue, it gives you twice as much security with regards to when people are opening and closing and opening and closing. The same with if you make a card with pop-up elements and things like that, if you add red liner, because if you're giving it to a young child, they want to open it and close it and open it or move that element. What it just does is it means that it's absolutely going nowhere. Obviously, you don't have to because many of the glues nowadays are just as safe and secure as red liner, but it just, especially if you are gifting it or if you make to sell, you know then that it's not going anywhere. Right, so we're here at the minute. So these two pieces here, so this flap here and this flap here, I'm going to turn this over because these are where your two, what did I say, 5.5, I can never remember, 5.5 by 5.5, they're going to go on this front bit here. Now this is my scar line. So what you're going to do is you're going to pop this on and you're going to have roughly 1/4 inch at the bottom. Let me put my ruler there. There you go. So you want to make sure that the border on all 3 sides is exactly the same, which that roughly is. It gives you roughly that 1/4 inch top, the side and the bottom. Now, this bit's entirely up to you. If you're quite confident with where this is going and where to put your glue, then absolutely go for it. But if you're not, just pop it on there, exactly where it needs to be, and just with your pencil, put just a little mark there and there, and then pop your glue on. And you know that you're not going over that line. And if you've already mat and layered it, and this is going to be, it's not going to be on display, is it? Because we're gluing it down, so you don't even need to worry about having to erase that pencil line. So let's pop that on there. I love the Collel all-purpose glue. I was just going to say, I've seen a lot of people saying that they can't get it in the US anymore. I've no idea why. Right, so that one is on there. I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to pop it on. I'm going to just put a little notch there and there. And then I know to go over that line with my glue. And then you pop it on there. Now, when you're wanting to get it into place, don't go straight down. Angle that on there because you can still see by angling it the top, the side and the bottom. So angle it up so you're not plopping the glue straight down and then lay it down. And then what that does, it means that you haven't gone straight in, and then when you move it about, your glue's going to seep out. It just helps to sort of prevent that. So there we go. So those are going to be my two front pieces. And it's going to fold like this. So that is my lovely little album. Now, where's my... So I've left this. This has still got a couple of bits to glue on, those two front pieces. Now, I've mat and layered this bit, obviously to save for a lot of time. I haven't glued my middle bit in yet. And we're going to open it up as you've just sort of seen me make it. Now, all I've done is on some of them, I've used my corner punch. I've got a few. And then on that back piece and these two pieces, I've just, instead of putting the image down solid, all I've done is I've just cut it a little bit shorter so I can have, so this is 2 inches. So let me give you that exact measurement. So this particular piece is 5 3/4 by 5.5. So I've cut the image to that size. Do I have one with me? Don't, do I? Bear with me. So I've cut the image to that size, and then all I've done is I've cut a 2-inch piece off, and then on one of the sides I've just cut 1/8 of an inch away, because then that allows me for putting that there and having that extra space in the middle. And I've done the same with that one. I've just cut it 2 inches into the middle, and then this one I've cut 2 inches from the bottom. It just, because they're quite busy images, what it does is it breaks it up for you. So when you're looking at it, you've not got lots of solid images. Obviously, you can mat and layer other colours, other papers onto them. But if you're just wanting to see the whole image and you're using lots of them, just by doing something like that, it breaks it up a little bit for you. And it looks, I love it. I'd like to do that because I like to see all of the image. I don't want to cover it up with anything. And I think by doing these kind of things, it's just nice. It's just another way, isn't it, of making something, of crafting. So then all I need to do now is I'm going to do exactly what you've just seen me do. I'm going to tip it over. We're going to glue that in. And you can see I've used some of the wooden papers on the back here. So lining that up. There we go. Lift that up. And then that one as well. So just hold that for a second. This is amazing. Can't wait to have a go myself. And it's super simple, isn't it, to do? So this could, got a bit of glue there. This could be a standalone project, but it is also going to be able to be on a page of a bigger album if you wanted to. But I think it works just beautifully on its own. And you can obviously make it a lot bigger as well, because the measurements are simple enough for you to obviously make them. You could make it a full 12-inch high if you really wanted to. So, I have got lots of seepage there. There we go. So it's sort of standing like that for now. And again, I've just got my 2 front pieces that I want to put on. So before I do, I need to make sure I've got it in the middle. So I'm just going to push it over a little bit. And then there we go. So again, we're going to put these 2 pieces on the front. I'm going to have that one underneath like that. And then this one's obviously going to go on the other one just above. So again, you need to make sure that you've got sort of the same amount round all 3 sides. because then obviously when it's closed like that, it sits beautiful. So you can see it a lot better, can't you, with the pattern papers on. So let's lift that up. Now, as for the closure, if you want to put some more pattern paper on the back there and use a magnet, you absolutely can do. If you want to add some Velcro to it, you can do that as well. Or if you just want, it sits beautifully, because I haven't stuffed this one. I haven't got carried away with it, so it's going to sit nice and lovely. You can add just a little bit of a ribbon tie around it if you want to. So let's bring that one over there, and then this one's going to glue on, and it's going to sit perfectly over the other one. Let me turn it round. I'm left-handed. I have to do tend to have to work to this side of things, if that makes sense. There we go. So lift it up and give it a good press. So, were you trying to work on birthday cards? It would work so well with so many collections. Now, I have got some sentiments, but I haven't got any that I really quite like. So I think I might just either use some of my alphabet stamps or dies, and stamp maybe something like Ciao Bella on the front. That's as good as my Italian gets. Or, I've got some sentiments, and I had a look earlier, and there's nothing in there that really sort of takes my fancy. But once you've got a sentiment on there, it elevates it. So let's open it first. So when you're opening it, again, if you want a sentiment on there, if you pop in a lovely verse, you can pop a verse on there. If it's for photos, obviously you're going to be putting your pictures on there, but then it's just really showing off. So you can see that these are just sections that I've used from the 12 by 12 pad, and just that corner there with the bit of tree, it just looks fabulous on its own. And then if I open these up, again, sentiments, anything that you're sort of embellishing it, decorating it up with. But when it's sort of stood up, this is how it looks. Now, you absolutely can go to town with this if you want to add pockets and stuff. But it's just a nice, simple sort of album that I wanted to show you, that just is very fun to do, especially for someone like me who likes to have everything done yesterday. So you've got lots of work in this, but not too much. You can really have a lot of fun with this, and you can get it done in an afternoon. It's not going to take you too long at all. And it looks fabulous, doesn't it? So just a sentiment on the front, a bit of ribbon to fasten it up, and then you're sort of done. So I love that. And I just love the, you can have either one on the front if you want. So I know lots of people have said to me, can you do more projects showing off the 6x6s? So this is obviously it's a 6x6 base. So if you're getting 6x6s, this is perfect for that. I've used 2 6x6s on the front, and then the rest are just sections from my 12x12s. I just saw a question, just a thought, if you don't like to cut into Michelle's papers, you could cut thin strips of the oil palette papers, which would act like a frame, because most of us don't like cutting into these. Absolutely, Anne-Marie. How to use it without covering up the gorgeous papers. That's it. And that's why I like to do things like this. I know you can get dies that cut sort of, your panels and stuff. And if you wanted to use 4 or 5 of your circle dies and sort of build that up like a pyramide, you absolutely could. And then you're not losing any of the image, but you're still getting your craft on, aren't you? Rebecca, hi Michelle. How did you put the string of Christmas lights on the card with the deer and child? Thanks so much. So for that, I just used a little bit of hot glue at both sides. But if you don't want hot glue sort of potentially showing, then just use your pokey tool and poke a little hole through each side, and then you can thread the string through, and then you can glue it on the back. Or yeah, but that's what I use. I use a little bit of hot glue. It's a stunning project. Thank you very much. So again, I didn't do so. All really I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to add some little sentiments and things like that. I used the corner punchers just to again add a bit of interest. But what I love is when it's sort of stood up. So if you were gifting this to someone and it's stood up on the mantelpiece, it's a mantel pleaser, isn't it? They can have it open or closed. It just looks absolutely lovely. Mary Lou, that was quick and easy. It was quick and easy. I'm a little bit more organised this week. But again, I know that I had lots of this already prepped. So, but it's still not going to take you too long to do at all. Stunning. Thank you, Anna Marie. I need everything. Love it all. It is such a beautiful collection because the thing is, you're looking through all your paper pads, deciding on which piece that you want. And it is such a mindful paper pad. It really is. Watch and recap again to note down the measurements for it all. Yeah, they're very simple measurements. They really are. So it wouldn't be too hard. Loving that, Emma. Thank you very much. Hazel, stunning. Michelle, a finished project and a clean desk. I know. I know it's not bad at all, is it? Look at that. It's because I did lots of my prep before. Couldn't promise what it would look like without the prep. Right, so let's pop that to the side. Sometimes that's the better way to do it. You can play and pause as you make your notes, absolutely. Great for my niece who graduates college in December. Man, I feel old. Oh, I know. They do. I mean, I I've got a grandkid and I'm still only 39. Right. Let me bring in those other two hats and my Halloween sneaky peek. So this is my Italian sanctuary. So this is the other pad that goes with this collection. So two standalone pads. Obviously, the colours and the impasto oil paint and everything else is running through them both. But this is my Italian sanctuary, if that's how you say it. This is all about those beautiful Italian courtyards, which it is almost your sanctuary, isn't it? Apologies if I'm saying that wrong. I tend to do this Yorkshire accent thing on some of my words. So other people say it's so clean and smooth and I don't. So apologies about that. But again, so this is all about those beautiful courtyards, the flowers, the solidarity, this being alone with your coffee and your thoughts and in that beautiful sort of courtyard, those beautiful views. You've got that beautiful house behind it. You've got the big bold wooden and sort of wrought iron gate keeping you in, keeping it all nice and secluded. If you are making to sell, it could be made into notelets. It absolutely could. Halloween. I do. I've got a couple of sneaky peeks for some Halloweeny stuff. But as always, I like to bring you something as well that could be used not Halloweeny. So I've got a couple of sneaky peeks for you. So let's carry. I love Topiaries. Those big balls that are shaped beautifully of, those hedges. We all now say card. Good. I love the colours running through these, the pastel colours, they're just serene and delicate and beautiful. So, I mean, we were saying before, wasn't it, how you can cut all of these up into sections. If you just wanted to, like Maggie's card earlier, when she just took a thin sliver, you absolutely could do that with these. If you just want, again, the gate, you've got that new home card. You've just got the beautiful little piece that you can cut away there. You can just, once you get over the fear of cutting your papers, you can really create with these. I love the effects that you get when you've got that sort of oil painting effect. I have a great niece and I'm 46. So no, I'm not really 39, Shannon. I wish. So the joke with that is, when I was 39 years old, my mum came down to visit and she was really poorly. And it was a week before my birthday. It was about a week and 2 days before my birthday. And they'd planned a 40th birthday party for me, which we was obviously all excited about and everything like that. My son Oliver, his birthday was the 29th of August. She went home the day after and died. She was that ill. We didn't think that, my husband knew, but I didn't know that she was that ill. I was saying to my husband, that's the bit of that I used on the project I've just shown you, just that bit of tree. So I was saying to my husband, I wonder if I can give her a liver transplant. And, we were talking about things like that. And then obviously my dad rang me up and said that she passed away when they got home. So the joke is that because I've never got my 40th, we obviously cancelled the 40th birthday. So because I've never had my 40th birthday party, I've refused to turn 40. I keep saying, if you don't give me a party, I'm not going to turn 40. So hence, I'm still 39. So that's sort of the running joke. So if I ever say I'm 39, I'm not. I'm 47. So that's sort of the joke behind that. I do tell my mother off all the time how rude it was that she passed away and I never got to have my party. Now she would laugh at that joke. I'm not being insensitive. It was a joke she would make herself. This is the bit that Maggie used on that card. My mum had a wicked sense of humour, I've got to say, so she would definitely get that joke. In fact, she'd probably make it herself. I love this one. I love the pink gate. I love the pink pads on the seat, and then all the pink, that beautiful ivy. I just love it all. I love this one. And the sun coming through that window really does make you feel like it's your little sanctuary on that one. And then again, I love this one. There's nothing overtly feminine on this one. I know there's like a vase of flowers on there, but lots of this. There's lots of ivy. It's quite neutral tones. You would absolutely be able to make this work for men's cards. I just want to sit in the paper and relax, absolutely. Don't apply. Card. Everyone says that to me, I've got to say. We moved from Yorkshire when Oliver and Alice were only, I think, about 5 and 6. So they don't have a Yorkshire accent. So when I say bath and they say bath, and I say path and they say path, they've not got the Yorkshire accent, which is quite nice. It can be a bit common sounding. I love this one. I love the pinks and the lavender. And the the flowers and the gay, it's just, they're just delicious. Yeah, perfect in picture frames. I like to think that nearly everything I bring you is going to just look beautiful in a picture frame because, like I said before, we almost want to give you a little bit of art. Um, art. That one sounded really common as well, didn't it? But artwork that you can cut up and then elevate. Don't feel like when you're cutting into your papers, I'm cutting into it, it's beautiful. You got to remember that you are elevating it by making it into whatever project it is that you are doing. I love this one. It's a little bit rough and ready, a little bit distressed, a little bit like me, a little bit rough and ready. So that is my Italian sanctuary. So I'm going to pop that to the side and then I will show you this last one. I'm trying not to show you those Halloween bits yet. So again, this is another everyday backgrounds, and obviously it will say everyday backgrounds. So what you're going to get now with the everyday backgrounds is you're going to get 16 designs in these, and you are going to get one of each. They're all 200 GSM. Everything that I bring you is a 200 GSM smooth matte, except for the pearlescent. The pearlescent is that 150, obviously pearlescent paper. Now, you saw me use some of these, you saw it on some of the design team, but they're all pastel wood. So you've got some beautiful blues in here. And again, they're all different designs. Going to work. They're going to work. It's an everyday background. And the reason I've called them that is because they are going to work with all sorts of stuff. As background, especially wood, it works for everything, doesn't it? Beachy cards, absolutely, Shannon. Yes, because there's a few different colours. If you were making beach huts or a beach hut card, and you've got all the different coloured beach huts like you see at the seaside, then it's going to work beautifully for that. So that's it's almost a pinky red colour, that one. But again, they're all going to work with both of those Italian collections. And if the Italian collections aren't your thing, then you've just got a couple of, 3 beautiful background pads tonight that are going to work with everything. And so this is violet-y, lavender-y, just lovely. So I think you've sort of got 4 of sort of the purplies, 4 of the blues, 4 of the yellows, greens, and then you've got those pinky reds in there as well. All right, 12, no, 3 of each then, isn't it? 3, 6, can't add up. Never change, Michelle. We love you just the way you are, Michelle, accent and all. Oh, thank you. You pretty much stuck with me, so it's a good job you love it. But sometimes when I watch these back, so I make sure that I haven't missed anyone's comments or any questions, I have to mute myself because I'm a bit bold, a little bit loud. But I love a wood effect. I know with the Christmas collections I've just done, I brought you some natural woods. So you've got those sort of darker woods in that, which are going to work perfect for things. But this collection for me, it just cried out for pastel wood. So that's what I've brought you. So these beautiful pastels. And then let me just bring in the others. Bear with me. So you can see sort of placing them side by side. You can see how going through all of them, you've got that beautiful continuity of colour and the sort of shade as well. Beautiful pastels all the way through. And then again with these, let me bring these back in if you can reach them. So again, those colours you're seeing all the way through, the blues, the yellows. So all three of these are just absolutely gorgeous and work so well with those two Italian collections. Now, we've made a bit of progress on the website, but it's still not up and running yet. So if you have got any questions about any of these or you want to order, you just email me. My address is below. And again, or Facebook. These all go on Facebook. I should be putting them on Pinterest, but by the time I've done Facebook, then Instagram, then I've done this, and I am trying to be a lot better with everywhere. But if you're not on Facebook, just email me, and if you want to see all the individuals again, I will just send you them via email. So don't think that you don't. Obviously, you can watch this back, but if you want to see the actual stills, then just email me and I can send you them all over. As for prices, the main collections, right, I'm going to get my pad out because there's just been a little bit of a change. And then I'll do that last card for you. So there's been a little bit of a change, but not with the everyday, with my normal collections. So my collections as they are, not the background pads, these collections, they are all the same price as they were. So it's £12 for the 12 by 12. Sorry, off the top of my head, is that $18, $16? I don't know. So for this size, it is £12 for the 12 by 12. The A4, now let me show you one. I'll just grab one for you. If I can find one. There we go. So in the A4, and this is what the A4 looks like in these. So your A4's it's just over, obviously, 8 inches. So you've got that 8 by 8 topper, and then you've got the two smaller ones on there. So those are £10, and you're getting those 12 images in there. And then they come in a 6 by 6, which is £6. So the prices for these haven't changed. The prices for the everyday backgrounds have changed a little bit. They were £12, but you only got 12 images or 12 pages. But so the only difference is you're getting 16 sheets in now instead of a 12, and the price has only gone up £1. So your 12 by 12s of the everyday backgrounds are now £13 instead of 12, but you were getting an extra 4 sheets. And then you've got the A4, but the A4 is, so again, I'll show you because it's an A4 of an everyday background is the full sheet, because you don't need that as an 8 by 8 and then 2 toppers, because it's just a background. So the everyday backgrounds A4 comes like that. And this is all obviously wrote out on my Facebook and everything. So these are for the 16, these are now £13 for the 12 by 12. For the A4, they're 11, and for the 6 by 6, they're £7. So again, you're getting an extra 4 pages, but they've gone up just that pound. It's just, I had to. But then the solid colours, so the ombre, where have they gone? The ombre or the solid all come now on the pearlescent, but they only come in an A4, and you were getting 20 sheets. So you're getting 2 of each colour, you're getting 10 colours, and those are £10. So, so there's only a couple of price increases on, well, there's only one price increase, isn't there? But you're getting an extra 4 sheets, so it's not that bad, is it? Right, I want to quickly show you a card. Where's my, bear with me. I've got a piece of paper somewhere. See, this is what happens when I tidy up. So I've just got one little card that I want to show you. So bear with me 1 second while I find a piece of card. I'd say this is why I don't like being tidy, because I don't know what I'm doing or where anything is. Right, here it is. What size are we? Oh, this is it. So this is a 6. This is a 6 1/4. For no other reason than it's an off-cut piece that's left over from my album that I made. So it's 12 inches long and it's 6 1/4. Now, if you want to do it at 6, you absolutely can. You can do this at 8 inches high if you want, because the way that you score is going to be exactly the same. So all I want you to do is you're going to score on the long, you're going to score at 3, 6, and 9. That's it. So if you've only got an A4 piece of card, you can still create this. So because an A4 is what is 11 3/4. So just cut it down so you can either have it in 4 equal sections like this one. So each one of these are 3 inches, or you can have it where I want your 2 centerpieces to be exactly the same. So if these 2 are 3 inches and these are 4 inches, or if you have these 2 at 2 inches and these 2 at 3 inches, it's entirely up to you. But as long as your 2 middle ones are sort of the same, then that's all that I sort of really want to show you. So I'm going to bring in my craft knife, my pencil, and my little ruler. So on this first score line here, entirely up to you. I'm going to measure, because I'm only on 6 1/4. I'm going to measure 1 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to put a little pencil mark there at 1 3/4. If this was a bit higher, so if it was a bit taller, I'd maybe mark at 2 inches, but it's entirely up to you. It doesn't really make any difference to sort of the style and how it's going to stand. I just ordered one of everything. We should never change or apologise. We are who we are, and this is what makes us different and stands out from the others. You see the story behind that for you as well. So from the top, 1 3/4, and then on this score line here, I'm going to score up at 1 3/4. So as long as the boat, don't even need to both be the same. I'm doing them at the same. So 3/4, 1 3/4. There we go. So I've got my 2 lines there. And all I'm going to do is craft knife from that first score line to the last score line. I'm just going to cut all the way across. Right, so just lining that up. So unfortunately, when we was younger, my dad was not the nicest. And if we pronounced something with an accent or we didn't pronounce it properly, we'd get a track around the head and get told to pronounce that properly. That's not how you talk. So which is why I try not to do it. And I get told off for doing it. But I try not to apologise for myself. So if you hear me apologising for me being me, tell me to stop it. So that's it. So that's all I want you to do. And then what we're going to do is this bit here. We're going to fold that bit forward and we're going to fold that bit backwards. Okay. So you're going to get that lovely. Okay. You can score these all the way down if you want to. But once you sort of fold and burnish, but once you've sort of folded that over, It really is just scoring there and then scores there. So you don't necessarily need to score the whole way down. It depends how you want to stand it. So this is a very sort of free and easy design where you can just stand it like that if you want to. So you've got that lovely design. So you stand it like that. But if you finish scoring this, so I'll show you with the other one because I don't want to fold those. So if you finish folding that all the way down, and that you can sort of have a bit of a play with how you want it to stand, if you want those two to sort of stand back a bit. But I think it looks nicer without those scored all the way down. So once you've sort of folded those two, and then you fold it over, it scores it, it folds it, it burnishes it exactly where it needs to be. And I haven't folded, scored or burnished that one. So the reason that I said it really doesn't matter is because you can have this higher there and lower there. You can really play about with that line that's on there. But it's just a really, again, it's just a nice sort of card. And the front it's sort of, well, it's 6 by 6.5. So again, perfect size for if you're wanting to have a play about with your 6 by 6 paper pads. But you know me, I like to, I like to use a full sort of image from a 12 by 12. So this is obviously 12 inches wide. So I love to have the design follow all the way through. And again, it doesn't matter if it doesn't, if you want a different design on the front or to the back. But it's just something, it's just a personal preference, something that I really enjoy doing. I haven't mat and layered these. So I'm going to trim them obviously down in a minute. So that one's going to go there and there. And then these two here, I think I'm a little too, I am. So we will trim those because this one's a bit shorter. So I'm 6 inches and a quarter. So I'm not going to mat and layer these. I'm just going to use the image itself. And let me just, I'm going to cut those down to 6 inches high. Okay, last one didn't quite get all the way through. Right. Right, so let's bring these in again and get them the right way. Right, so my two outside pieces, I'm going to pop on there. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in one of my ink pads. I've got a lovely pink somewhere. Bear with me. It's here somewhere. Look, I'm finding every colour, the one I want. The one I want is hiding. Where is it? Look. I don't know. Oh, do you know when you just can't decide? Wait a minute, let's have a look. I want a sort of coordinated colour, but being a little bit bolder than this, because I just want to add it to the edges. So what I'm going to do, so I'm using the cobblestones. Now you probably can't really see. When I take pictures later, you'll be able to see. I'm not going across the edge. I'm going like that. Now you can use your blending sponge thingamabobs if you want. But what this does, it gives you a faux effect of a thin layer underneath. So when I pop it down, it's going to sort of stand out. Now I was looking for, I've got like a pink, it's a bit of a bold pink, but I couldn't find it. So we'll go with this one because it's still going to work. So just round those edges. Now, if I bring this one in and pop it on there, you can see it now, can't you? It gives me a faux matte and layer without me having to blend it all the way over the front if I don't want to. So I'm going to just put those two there for now, because to get these right, all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that exactly where I want it to go on there. And then again, I'm just going to bring in my pencil. I'm going to put a little line there and a little line there. So just following that score line, I'm going to do the same on this one. And follow that line. And then I'm just going to bring in my trimmer where, I can see it. Make sure you can see where your line is. And then this one is further up, isn't it? Oh, there it is. I think. Bear with me. I've got two lines on there. I've got two lines on there. Oh, yeah, that's all right. So all you're doing is because I don't want to lean my head over the camera and the light shining down, I don't want you to see my grey roots, really. That's about it. Oh, I think I got it right. I think I got it. So then I can just pop this one on the bottom. Now, I didn't get it, look. Oh, doesn't matter. If you were doing it, you'd have been able to see that your own pencil line. There we go. So then that would fit there perfectly. Now, because mine's a little bit off, just purely because I cut it wrong, it really doesn't matter. So if I show you the bottom one, it's going to sit there perfectly. So if I put that there, you see, so it's because it butts right up to there, we need to trim some more off the bottom. So then you just bring this back in again, and you take the 1/8 off, bring it back in and pop it on there, because you need the border at the top and the bottom. So hold that there, and if you still need to take another slither off, then do it. And you need to do that bottom and top. I'm not going to do my top bit because it went wonky. So now those two pieces are going to fit there perfectly. So I'll bring you this piece in to show you it properly, bottom and top. So I've put that right up to the line. I've got the right amount of border at the bottom. So you can either trim at the top or trim at the bottom. It's entirely up to you. What I tend to do, because your pattern's going to match there, if you trim the middle bits, you're trimming part of your pattern away. So I'm going to trim the bottom and the top. So bottom of that one, top of that one. Has Nicola gone? I need to shoot. We'll sort of rewatch later. That's quite all right. Thank you for joining. So now I can pop that there, and you can see I've got the same border all the way around. The same border all the way around on that one, and I haven't got no bits missing out of my pattern there. So then all I need to do now is I'm going to come in with this. We're going to edge that, put it there to dry, and then I've got that faux matte and layer. Did that one. Let's do this one. There we go. So of course you can mat and lay these up if you want to. But I just wanted to show you how you can use your inks for that. I love the shape. It's such a lovely shape and it's so simple. I mean, I know I sort of couldn't see my pencil mark on there, but you'll be able to see your pencil mark. And again, I'm doing it nice and simple because you absolutely can. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, just by adding that sort of diagonal cut in the middle. It just gives you a lovely card base. So simple to throw together. So those last minute cards, there's always someone who says, can you make me a card for tomorrow? It doesn't have to be just a normal, I mean, it can be because normal, obviously, card bases are beautiful. But this is so quick to throw together and it looks like you've gone that extra effort, doesn't it? So, there we go. You choose. Here we go. There we go. Now, if that was obviously correct, that would fit there lovely. So let me see if I can get this a bit better. Wait, nearly there. That will have to do because I'll have no I'll have no piece of paper left. And then we'll just glue this. To be honest, if you've done the same as me, you couldn't see your pencil line and you've cut it wonky, you don't have to have that down there. What you could do is you could bring in just a different coloured piece of card. So you could use one of the pastel woods if you want, cut that shape, and that can be where your sentiment goes. So then it's going to be a little bit different. And then it doesn't look, no one knows that you've cut it wonky. Or even though I have cut it wonky, I mean, it is a little bit too much there still. That's where you're going to bring in a butterfly or a gem or add your sentiment onto there. Or one of your corners, anything like that. It's not too bad, but that is purely because look at that. I couldn't have done that intentionally if I tried. Folding that holding that one over. Look at that. Look how it fits absolutely perfectly. But it's such a lovely, easy card base to do. Again, it makes the most of your papers. I know I've used a 12 by 12. You could use 2 6 by 6s if you wanted to. And it just stands up lovely. Again, a sentiment on there, a couple of gems. You know, if you've got some corner dies, anything like that that you wanted to use on there, that's just going to look absolutely perfect. So again, if I bring in this, so for someone's birthday, that is their birthday card. That is their little photo album, their little gift if you want. On the back, I've put nothing on there, but if this was just a 6 by 6, you could add it to the back, wrap it all up with a bit of ribbon, and then when they open it, they've got their card and they've got their little gift all in one, or pop it in a box together. It's entirely up to you. I was just about to ask if that was planned. I'm going to pretend it was. I'm going to say, yes, I absolutely planned that. No, I couldn't have planned that better if I tried, could I? So again, I'll decorate that up and I'll post them a little bit later. But I do want to show you my sneaker peek. So who's excited to see what I've got for Halloween? Don't let Matt see the mess on my desk. I've done so well. Simple but spectacular. Yeah, absolutely. And that's sort of what I wanted to show you. I want to bring you lots more stuff that is quite simple to put together, but looks awesome when it's sort of finished. I need to take off, but sent you a message on Messenger. Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much, Darlene. They really speak to me. Right. Thank you, everyone. I know I can see all the wonderful messages, comments. You're all saying that you love them and everything like that. Me, I can see. Right. So I've got a couple of Halloween collections, and one is very much sort of Rococo, sort of inspired. Bear with me. So that is obviously one of them. A bit Rococo, a bit Baroque, a bit not necessarily. But you have me on the big telly. Oh, I like that. Not necessarily full on Halloween. It's a little bit gothicy. So you could use that for so many other things. I mean, my daughter loves that. She's very much alternative, which I think that is. I think it's absolutely fabulous. So I've got a collection where you've got all these beautiful, almost Dracula-esque pencils in there. So there's lots more in that collection to come, but then this is the other pad that's going to go with that. And again, you can see the Rococo coming through, sort of with everything, but with that lovely Halloween twist on it. And I absolutely love this. It's funny how you put a black chandelier or a black candelabra, an ornate one on something, and it makes it just so alternative, doesn't it? I love it. Don't do Halloween, but love that. Which is why I sort of wanted to do this, because there's going to be lots in this particular collection that are just a little bit alternative. So that is one collection. So it's these two, and you can see they go together beautifully. And then my next one is like full on Halloween. So I've gone with witches this year. Obviously the witches and the pumpkin. Now this is more of a background pad. I know it doesn't look backgroundy to the main one. So this is going to be the main pad. So I've got some gorgeous witches. Again, we've got hints of the Baroque style in there. Her earrings, the candelabra, but obviously a lot more Halloweeny. But like not full on. I don't think it's full on Halloween in your face, but I love that. So we've gone for the witches and the witches' hats and the bats and the pumpkins. But again, so this particular one, I've got some that are in this beautiful deep red and oranges. I've got some that are purpley, some that are just orange. So again, these again are going to come in all of the sizes. So they're going to come in the 12 by 12, the 6 by 6. They're going to come in the A4 that's got the 8 by 8 and the 2 3 by 4s on the bottom. Your colour schemes are so vibrant. Love it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think we definitely go for it. If I lift it, you can really see that red and the orange in there. I just love these. I absolutely love them. And again, I know that there's sort of a few pumpkins, but I still think you could get away with these for other occasions. There's lots of people who just love this kind of thing, full stop. The hot sorting hat, absolutely. Yes. Oh, absolutely. And I'm not going to be fooled into showing myself up this time, because the last time we talked about a sorting hat was on Crafters TV, wasn't it? And I was like, "Oh yeah, you can turn it upside down and it can be a sorting hat." And Ben was saying to me, "What do you mean turn it upside down?" So I really showed myself up about not knowing Harry Potter as well as I thought I did, because apparently it doesn't go upside down; it sits on their heads. But yes, so there's those two, and then obviously those two as well, which are coming your way. But I wanted to do something that you could use for Halloween and for other occasions as well, definitely. Um, lots of just amazing. You and I seem to agree on a lot of things. Oh, Caroline and Diane. Oh, agree on a lot of things. All the collections are just stunning. I can't wait for them. I love these. I love the really sort of bold colours. But then again, I absolutely love this. I absolute this one. I know there's more pumpkins on this particular one, but even if you covered the bottoms up, there's nothing about that particular one that says Halloween, because those are those lovely lanterns. And again, with this one, um, it's just a little bit different, isn't it? Rather than Halloween. I'm obsessed. Can't wait to get my mitts on these. So amazing. Thank you so much. Right. So we're done. I'm all done. I've showed you everything. I've even managed to do, I know I haven't finished them off, but I will do. I just like to show you, well, I've enjoyed actually showing you some smaller projects for a change, because it's normally huge and big projects, isn't it, that I do? So I was really enjoyed doing those. And the good thing is it all fits onto the screen, whereas normally my projects don't. um, I like the more whimsical nature of the hat ones. Um, yes, I mean, the two totally different themes, aren't they? Absolutely. I can't wait for you to see the rest of the plaids, because they're absolutely gorgeous. They really are. I can't wait for your website. Yeah, we've been going through it today, actually. Lots of stuff, technical stuff that I'm leaving to Ben, can I just say? Did you pick a winner for your crock? I did. It's on my list. Where's my book? What did I do with my book? I've just had it out, haven't I? There it is. Things to do. Where's my list? It's here somewhere. There we go. Halloween sneaky peeks, show DT pictures. Truda McNevin is the winner of the cracker competition. So I'll get that posted on my page as well. I got the kids to pick. So I just showed them all the pictures and they picked. So Truda McNevin is the winner. So I will obviously post that onto my Facebook page as well, because I know she's on there. But for now, I am absolutely done. I'm going to let you all get off. Please, if anything, I would love you to like and share, because that's what, the more that I'm liked and shared, the more that you'll see it, and the more that Facebook and the socials and everything will show my stuff, which is sort of daft, but that's how they do it. So that's how they do it. Yes, here next Thursday, we will do some more projects. We've got a couple of with the numbers, advent calendars. Got a couple of advent calendars that I'm sort of working on. So I might even get one finished in time to do that next Thursday. But if not, I'm sure I'll come up with something else. But yes, I'm really excited. I've got two. Oh, that's four, isn't it? I've got two. One that was it Shannon? Shannon, it was you who asked me to do like the truck, wasn't it? Advent calendar. So I'm working on that one, but I'm also working on another one. So actually, they might combine together to make one. I'm not sure. But yes, so next Thursday, for definite, we will be here. I will be making something at some point through the week. I will put obviously all the details and the link up to Thursday's live, so you'll be able to find out then what it is that I am doing. But thank you, Michelle. I'll be emailing you an order request. I can't wait to get my papers on the ombre papers. My paws, even. Want it to grow for you, but also like our little group. I know, because everyone's so nice and everyone's so kind. No one's ever been rude to anyone, and I love that. I love that about how nice and supportive you all are. And the fear when you get big is that there's always that one, isn't there? Unfortunately, but you are all lovely, so that's all that matters at the minute. But yes, likes, shares, any questions, email me or message me on any of my socials. I will definitely be here back here next Thursday with something exciting to show you. And that's it, isn't it? I will pop a post up to let Truda know that she's won, and then I will pop all the albums up on my page as well. So thank you all so much for joining me. And I will see you all next Thursday. Thank you. We'll see you all next Thursday. See you later. Bye-bye.